Dribble.
The champ is here. I must be the greatest. The champ is here.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man,
MH.
Yes, he is a DB of the show, and we are Black in Sports, giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. But dribbling is definitely going to be on the topics today. So we're bringing you back inside the locker room, talking about topics in and around the game. MH, you ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So today inside the locker room, man, you know we have to talk about what the buzz is going on in the city right now. It's NBA Summer League, man. So it's really where Las Vegas becomes the epicenter, the center of focus of all of the NBA, and not only the NBA, just basketball in general, right? So, what's your kind of first thoughts, MH, man? We had a chance to get out to the opening day, I guess, of Summer League, man. So just kind of give me like what your first thoughts are.
Tevin Kevin was my first thought. Well, we won't get it. Shout out to whoever that brother was.
That I would have had that queued up. Okay, yes.
Okay. My bad. We probably should have talked about that pre-show.
We should have talked because I would have had. But anyway, go ahead. But I guess it's on our social. So go to. I think that was on our story. Yeah. That boy good.
Yeah,
that boy good.
Can we talk about it? All right. So that wasn't my first thought, but Summer League, man, is my favorite thing that I've seen personally in sports. I haven't been to the Super Bowl. I always said I want to go to Wimbledon. I got to go to the Masters. But from what I've seen, I've been to the NFL draft, been to Major League Baseball All-Star game, been to the Indy 500. I've seen a variety of just, different sporting events. Summer League is kind of my favorite thing to do. It's in the summer, it's in Vegas. It's like the ultimate boys trip, man. It's almost I'm kind of still, I'm a nerd. I'm a fan at the end of the day. I work in sports, and I'm not going to fan out and, try to get somebody's autographed or, hey, let me get your headband that you sweated in. I'm not that guy. But I do like seeing people that I just, kind of recognize from being a kid and respect as professionals in the NBA. And Summer League is a unique experience where you can kind of have really close interaction with a lot of different people in the NBA world. And you get to see your new kind of favorite prospect for whatever team or player you support. First, as in the NBA, his kind of first steps in the NBA, and then the UNLV campus and the Thomas Mack creates a unique environment where you're really super close. And
100%. One
ticket gets you in for the rest of the game. It's like an AAU tournament for the NBA. It's my favorite thing to do. Period. In sports right now.
Put a stamp on it. There it is. Well, you bring up a lot of good points, man. But we'll get back to the fan thing. We did see Carmelo in two perspectives. We seen Syracuse Carmelo knock the shit out of
Syracuse Melo lay some hands on somebody.
Lay some hands, in the stands. So we don't want this shit to trend the wrong way. But no, you got to see one of your reason you are a Knicks fan, right? You got to see him there. So I think that's someone that you would you'd probably fan out of, at least get a picture with, right?
Yeah, I might have to, go back on what I just said 20 seconds ago. If I was in a close interaction with Melo, thankfully for Melo's sake, in my dignity, I didn't run into close proximity with Melo. But yes, Melo is somebody that I'm probably have to, hey, let me get a picture, bro. Let me get that picture. I need that.
No, absolutely, man. But the NBA, you're right? So we talk about and a lot of media talks about like owning certain time frames of the year. And we talk about, admittedly how the Shield does things, right? Like they have a lot of things, that they do well. And I even think on a live show, we kind of knock the NBA because of what the draft is compared to what the NFL draft is, right? Like, how you have two people that have a whole job that wasn't even on the counselors. What do you want to do when you grow up? Options of being, mock draft experts, right? So you got Todd Shea and the other guy that's just doing all of the
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper. No disrespect, but I just disrespect by forgetting him. But you have those guys that are doing these drafts and amping all this stuff up to where now, like, you have NBA Summer League that's like on our tongues for a whole block of time, right? And like, I guess one of the next things that we've seen in previous summer leagues that we haven't really seen here is just really the trade volume.
Yeah.
And like usually like that is happening because you'll be seeing guys get floated in and out, or just, you know, you got Woj and all these people that are here on site, and it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of movement in that perspective or aspect.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with Kevin Durant asking to trade, it's kind of been, you know, kind of reported that he's demanded a trade. I think everything kind of holds up until he makes a decision, because if you're a team in the NBA that wants to trade for Kevin Durant, you probably want to hold your assets as long as possible to just, you know, until you're just eliminated from the running. I also think, man, it's like oddly, while the NBA is like super mobile and players can say, hey, man, no matter what my contract says, yeah, it's time to get up out of here, or, you know, I just don't really want to be here, whatever. They got a lot of power in that way.
Right.
Like, I think trades have got kind of weird in the NBA to the fact where, like, it's not like, hey, man, EJ for MH. Let's just do it. Hey, your ball fade for my box. Like, you know, it's not that it's not that easy. They got to throw in draft trick picks, and we got a dude that's stashed in Asia somewhere. He pretty nice. Like, throw him in the trade, and
maybe even like a coach, man. We got this ball coach out here, and maybe one of your ticket takers.
Yeah, we got a first round pick in 2040, and you know, we got crypto over here. We'll add that in too. So it's not like easy to like just make a trade anymore. You got to throw all this stuff in. I think that's part of the reason why things are a little slow with that piece. But to your point, it's usually like in the summer where you can just go down to the Aria, go to Javier's, get those, you know, those margaritas and chips and salsa and make a deal. You haven't really seen that yet here.
Nah. So but back to, like, they are doing a great job. You know, they're people, you know me, I always like to bring the business side because I'll follow the money. Without the deals being done, I think one of the cool parts and people maybe don't see or hear about is the off the court stuff, right? So yes, there's amazing NBA stuff happening, but a lot of the league stuff happens like around this. So, you know, around draft or Super Bowl, or anytime they can all get together in one place, decisions are made. So I know one of the big decisions, or one of the things that they voted on, was to keep the play-in game. So that, I think they voted on that maybe a couple days ago or something, sometime this week. So what's your thoughts about them keeping the play-in game?
I mean, I think it's cool. It makes more teams, i.e. the Knicks, competitive for longer. For that thought of getting into the play-in game. So I think it's good for the NBA.
What's your Knicks record right now in summer league?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1 as of July 13th. We haven't, you know, somebody might be listening to this later on, and we might have, you know, won the summer league. You know, we already got them summer league rings already. So that,
right. So talk about that, right? The first year, you know, so that's right. Bringing in inaugural stuff. Hopefully y'all win that.
Yeah,
you know,
they're
not doing tiny trophies.
You know, shout out to the W and Kelsey Plum. Congratulations. We just got I got a couple contacts out here. We can get you a bigger trophy if need be.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll put something on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'll Blackinsports. We can help you out.
We got you,
KP. We got you. But yeah, like I think it's super cool that you know, the whole, like, you know, your whole personnel department is here. So it's not like just the young guys playing. You know, it's your GM, your assistant GM, your scouts,
your owners,
your owners, Jim Dolan. Again, this is a goal of mine. Okay, so everybody that's listening, here's one of my goals. I want to make.
You say the same thing you said on the sideline.
Oh, hell yeah, I want to say the same thing. To make as much as money as Jim Dolan does, you know, I guess I'm not striving to be just filthy wealthy. I want to be able to take care of my family, but when you make that much money, you just don't have to care about anything. Jim Dolan is just sitting, slouching around, no posture, you know, head tucked down, belly out, slopping in his chair.
Looked like he was ordering off of the element. You got the damn.
Yeah, he looked at the man. I mean, but when you make that much money, you don't have to sit with posture. You don't got to sit up. Nobody. You can slouch around. You got more bread than anybody in the building. And go check on the Sphere where you at it too in Vegas. Go see how that's going. So.
Absolutely. Make sure that's on track, because that's hilarious.
Where the bathrooms going? You just ask random stuff. Where the closest man's bathroom?
And then I guess an important question on your behalf is what's the popcorn situation, right? So
Oh, I'm
again,
telling you.
so take us through the popcorn, right? Like, so if you guys do not know by now, all right, so we all have like different roles. MH is a popcorn connoisseur. All right, so he knows the popcorn game, and we were able to have our fair share of popcorn over the couple of days. So give us some feedback.
Yeah, I've always said that I like the popcorn that got probably some COVID, like where COVID-19 started, where they just, they throw it in the clear bag. And if you look at the end of the day, when everybody leaves the stadium, you see it in the back corner somewhere, like, oh, well, damn, that was the popcorn right there in that bag.
And they scraped it all out with their hands. They did with that scoop. And your hand was all in the scoop when you did when you debited it out. It's like, hold on, man, no gloves or nothing.
That red and white box. That red and white box where who knows who did with that. It's just sitting in that little container. Like, yeah, I want some popcorn. I've had multiple boxes of popcorn at Thomas and Mack. I don't know what concession stands are better at this point. I have to get to that point, but it's hit and miss. There's some times where it's just like I don't know who did this. Somebody was wearing gloves with this one because I'm not getting enough salt. So somebody actually was doing what they were supposed to do, wearing gloves when they made this box. There's other boxes in there where you like, somebody put their natural oils in here. Oils. As well. Because this salt is burning the side of my lips. That's good popcorn, man.
So they had a good ratio.
It had a good ratio. It was some good popcorn. I would say about 70-30. Good popcorn over bad popcorn.
On the consistency, right? It wasn't consistent.
Yeah. No, it wasn't consistent, but 70-30 that, hey, it was doing okay. I've ate dinner. I've had popcorn dinner for probably about the last week at Summer League. So it's done me well.
That's what's up. Back to just some other things, man. It's cool, like just to round out some of the other things that happened away from the basketball court is not from a league perspective, but just from what do you want to say, like sponsors or people that are involved in the basketball, right? So Dapper Labs is having a party, and Dapper Labs is the one that created Top Shop, which is their NFT kind of platform and all of that stuff. They did a session where my little brother kind of came out and they were doing like a music and sports, and how that kind of combines, and just speaking on like managing athletes, and hashtag sports is in town. So it's just a lot of and then the sneaker con that we heard.
I was about to say, yeah,
right, like just great stuff. And by the way, that sneaker thing that they're doing, we need to talk about seeing if they can get these Black in Sports done and get a sponsorship with them. But like it's just some cool activities that's around the game. So all in all, like you said, man, just making it a really great event. So not only are you getting the future players and the future talent in the NBA, you get the past players that are attending, supporting the team. You get rich owners with bad posture. But it's the stuff that's around the game as well. So, man, I mean, taking it from that perspective, man, they're doing a really great job with it.
Yeah, I mean, and they, there's an element of folks that are well off, right, that have discretional income that, you want to market to and build relationships with. I think that's not lost here on Summer League. Like I said, the who's of who is typically here. But there's also a real kind of unique element to where you see the little 7-year-old that he or she might have a life-changing experience by just kind of running into somebody that they've seen on NBA 2K. We can kind of touch on that too. But they've seen on the video game that they just see up in person, right? And that might inspire them to do something, and they might be a lifelong NBA fan because of this unique experience here in Las Vegas. So again, they do a really good job, and I think they sell a little to the youth. Like I think those, like we mentioned, that sneaker thing was really unique.
Yeah.
And a young man or yet lady and we ran into a couple of them to, hey, drop a little coin and you get a customized sneaker that kind of caps off your day at Summer League. That's an experience that I'm sure kids will remember forever. They'll probably be lifelong NBA fans after that.
Absolutely. So speaking of experiences or memories, so I'm gonna take mine because I know I'll lead right into yours. But I think one of the memories, like we were sitting there, we were watching, and they had a local dance team, a local Vegas dance team, right? So they were coming on the floor, right? They getting there like the A pose at the beginning stance before the music cuts on, and the music cuts on, and they're getting into it, right? So they're doing it, and then just like, damn, the music just cut and stopped on them. So you go technical difficulty, but the show must go on. All performers know, like, yo, don't stop, right? Like, drum line, don't look down if you drop your stick. So they kept going, but it was no music.
Mhm.
So
for a good portion too. I won't cut you off for a good, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, so we're sitting there and it's like, damn, feel bad for him, but and then who steps up? But our man Bojo, off of freaking episode 1, but Bojo, who's been on the show and definitely, as we called him on the show, Voice of Vegas, he does the emceeing or the announcing during the games, right? Mm-hmm. A man starts hitting him with the beat to the box, man, and gave him a little soundtrack, man. So that was kind of dope. For one, for him to kind of like, hey, let me step up and do this. And then 2, for just, to help those kids go through like a tough moment. But your boy was winded afterwards.
Got a hell of an ab workout getting that bass.
Oh, right. Give him the 808, boy.
Yeah. No, real organic moment. And shout out to Bojo, who kind of improvised. I mean, everybody was looking like, yo, what's going on? Kay Cunningham, inside joke. Turn on the
Kay Cunningham.
Shout out, no disrespect. I know you know him, EJ, and there's other people here in the city that know the wonderful PA announcer at UNLV. But Kay Cunningham wasn't playing in Summer League. But everybody was kind of
oh, it was Bruce or what? No, Chris. What was his dude's name? He's
Bruce McGowan. It's Bryce, bro. It's Bryce.
It's Bryce.
Yeah.
Foul on Bruce.
But no, shout out to Bojo, man. That was really dope, man, to kind of step in an awkward moment and make that a memorable experience. It beat out Tevin Campbell for sure. In halftime entertainment.
In a better way. But yeah, Tevin Campbell. We need to leave that alone. We need to find different halftime musical selections for the future. So, all right, we talked about all that. Let's talk about some of the play, man. I mean, we got to watch, and it seems like for a while the gym that we were in was always close games at the end, which is really good, right? Because these guys are staying competitive. You got linebackers on the floor that were tackling people.
Sam linebackers.
Right, Sam linebacker, not the Ollie. And yeah, just really, really great play on the floor. And it was good to see some of the talent. Now, of course, as it's going through, I hate to see, some of the people getting arrested. Like we're already doing that. Like we're doing breaks in Summer League, but, protect your assets, I guess. But yeah, talk about some of the play, man. Some of the people you were excited to see. I know we got to catch the next game. We did get to see Banchero, so I blew that name. But what are some of the things you liked about the game or the play, the hustle that you saw in there? Shaq's son was on the court.
Yeah. Scottie Pippen Jr. as well.
Junior.
Who I think is really solid, man. I mean, I heard about him and actually watched him, and I was like, this dude's a real life NBA player. But a couple guys that stood out to me. I'm gonna start off with my Knicks because I have to. Quentin Grimes for the Knicks. He's a second-year player, played at University of Kansas, or KU. I'm sorry, Kansas University, and then I think he finished up at Houston. He transferred, but he's a second-year guy. He looks like a real deal. So shout out to Quentin Grimes. Hopefully, he's not involved in this Donovan Mitchell rumor that might come up with the Knicks. But Quentin Grimes was pretty impressive. You mentioned Paolo Banchero, who is is huge, like pause, but like the dude is like a man,
right?
Like oddly, like
said, like I was like, I don't remember him being that big in Final Four. Like, he got him on creatine and the meal plan already. Like,
dude is huge, man. It's
Big
scary. I heard somebody on another podcast that say it was an NBA scout front office person that said like from the Magic, connect with the Magic, that he's oddly proportional. Like, when you see like freakily tall players, you're like, oh man, this dude got long arms, or you know,
Chet
this dude
Holmgren.
got, yeah, exactly, Chet Holmgren, but like Paolo is like a regular sized human that's just blown up to like be 6'11" and a half or however tall he is, 255 pounds.
250.
So he's
255
like
pounds.
oddly like huge. But anyway, like Paolo was impressive, obviously from a physical standpoint, but just his game is like really impressive. Like, yeah, I think he's going to be the real deal. Mac McClung, I'll show you the little Zac Efron, man. If you don't remember, check out Mac McClung and all his little YouTube highlights. Back in the day, that dude was doing stupid dunks in high school.
Ridiculous.
And he was still impressive. He played with the Warriors. He was really impressive to watch. And then I saved my best for last. I am a fan of my guy from Auburn. His name is JT Thor.
Called it.
So JT plays for the Hornets, and I think the game, it might have been the same game that Bojo stepped up. The Hornets and the Lakers were playing, and the game was close down the edge, and then went into double overtime. And the rules of Summer League and the double overtime, the second overtime is sudden death. So whoever the first bucket is kind of, just kind of like the park type of thing. Hey, last point win type thing.
Right. We gotta go home. These
we gotta go home. It's time to get up out of here. And I told you before the second overtime, hey man, JT, let's go ahead and hit this thing. And I mean, we're close enough again, the Summer League, that maybe JT heard me. I don't know. Hey,
well, we know about your courtside antics. So like, what's homegirl?
we do know about that. We don't get into her. I don't want to relive that. But yeah, my man JT got the nice kick out corner three, pocket, ball, end of the game
winning.
Yeah, ran out the stadium as soon as the ball went up in the air. I didn't even see it go in.
No, he just you did the LeBron, like you just turned around right after you
did the Steph Curry. I knew it was going in. Bang bang. So yeah, shout out. I'm impressed by JT Thor, man. He's gonna do big this year. So that's my lineup of guys that have impressed me in Summer League. One thing before you go, EJ, and I was just thinking this before we got on. Basketball, and particularly, basketball, professional basketball, I really feel like it's the easiest sport for the average Joe, the average friend, to just talk reckless. Like
rec league. We talk about the rec league ball, like what are you doing? Like you can drop a double anytime you want.
Make your free throws. You suck. I'm like, yo, this dude is
he was loud, boy. He was 33%.
I said, man, you got 33% good health right now. Who are you talking to like that? I don't know. It's about basketball that makes people just talk reckless. You don't see that in football games too much.
Oh, not at all.
You don't see that in baseball games. Like, I mean, they might say, hey, catch the ball, or you don't really say like, hey, can you hit it? You suck. Like, no, they don't. You don't really say that. You don't see it in tennis. I've been to a tennis match, but you don't really see that. You definitely don't see it in golf.
Right.
It's more admiration for somebody's skill level. But in basketball, it's like, I'm 68 and with two left knees, I can do that. Like, yo, no, you can't. It's low-key disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful. And the commentary is like not like quiet either. Like they want you to hear it on the court, and that sometimes is quiet enough that they're shouting this stuff.
Sport. I don't know why it's like that with basketball. Somebody let me know why in the NBA that we feel like we could talk reckless to NBA players. And there's even
to professional athletes.
Yeah, we went to the Aces game recently, and we were sitting in the seat, and somebody behind us was really talking like, really reckless. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, young man, but you're not gonna be able to touch Asia, right? Kelsey Plum or anybody else on that court. So sit back and enjoy the game. I don't know why you think you could kind of.
So do you think that because we are in Vegas, because it's funny, like the cheering section, right? You think they had money on the game? I mean, it doesn't give them a right to, but sometimes that is where that anger, that inside passion comes from when you're trying to hit that parlay. It's the last game or your 3 game parlay. So
I mean, I can respect that. There's some money on the line with it, but that doesn't mean you can go out there and do it, right? So sit back and enjoy it, man. I don't know.
Super facts. So no, definitely good that part. So do we want to talk about your interview? I want to, because we haven't talked since that, and that like how you kept your composure, bruh. Because you did keep putting your head down because you didn't want to look at me because I know you'd have laughed in that
Correct.
young lady's
And
face.
of course, you had to bring your phone out. This could have been just a moment between me, you, and whoever my lady's listeners are at that point.
So I'd like to see where that gets posted because I listened to that thing like 50 times and I have no idea what network or cast. So you may be being on the internet soon in a whole different world. But then to take it to the next level, it was good to see you taking pictures with your fans, man. So
yeah, I don't know who bro think I was. Again, that's the great thing about Summer League. You see random people taking pictures with like, oh, this dude must be somebody. Let me get in the picture with him. Who is he going to tell his wife that he met? I have no idea. But I'll take it. It's a win for him, I guess. So shout out to Miss Clarita. I don't really know. Did you get her name? Miss Jackson or Miss B?
Only name I remember is Connie because
okay, Miss Connie.
No, not Miss Connie. She was saying like the wives don't know about Connie.
The wives do not know about Connie. She said they might know about the mistress, but they don't know about Connie.
They don't know about Connie. So,
by the way, I don't know NBA players. If there's any NBA player messing with a girl named Connie now,
you deserve to get whatever.
You deserve to be booed, as Mark Jackson said.
Coming to you.
I think she may have been talking about Dr. J's era. Maybe those were Connies back then.
Maybe,
but I don't know too many Connies that are under the age of 46 right now. But
I can't even think of a. Can you think? I don't know a Connie right now.
She don't go by Connie. She CC something. She don't go by Connie. That's her name.
It's all Connies out there.
But I don't know. I mean, we were walking out of the stadium. Unfortunately, the Knicks lost. And I don't really wear like team gear most of the time, but it's Summer League. I would have.
You was nicked up.
I had my hat on. I had my Knicks, hoochie daddies on. So all the people that was coming out of the stadium after the game was over, she just wanted to stop me. And I didn't know what she had, what she was trying to sell me. I was about to say, lady, the game is over. I don't need tickets. They always scout. I've got tickets. I don't need them. We good.
No, what she got me was like, hey, my phone's dead. Let me use your phone.
She did say that. And then I don't know where she got this other phone from. She was just like, I need another phone. And she had another phone with the light on bright in my face. Yo, I don't know what she was asking. And then she was asking about stuff about the Knicks and how do I feel about the Knicks going to see. Maybe she's from New York. Maybe she just likes the Knicks. Maybe she just found
a couple of good questions though. Like she asked about, some like she was, and then of course, the best question was, do you want Melo to come back? Which some of the fans were chanting when they were in there. So it was good to see
she did ask some good questions. No, let me not disrespect Mrs. B, Connie, Miss Johnson.
Right.
I didn't catch the name. But and I don't think she ever called my name, so I don't know what she's gonna do with the graphics, but whatever. I'm just a random Knicks fan there. But she asked good questions, and I want to be respectful of everybody's hustle, and especially a lady. I want to be definitely respected her. Somebody that's an elder of mine. We could have been the same age, but I think she was a little older than me.
I would, if I was a betting man, I'd definitely co-sign with that bet.
I'm pretty sure she was older than me, so I want to be respectful of her, even though I almost left in the middle of her ass. And then thank you, EJ, for capturing it all and posted it on social.
Absolutely.
And the wife is always proud. She doesn't know what, but
she doesn't know what. She retweeted.
She just reposted. I'm like, yo, I don't know. I don't know who Connie is, and I don't know why you putting out. My mom is saying, "Oh, you look at you, baby, you so polite." I don't know. So shout out to Connie wherever that interview is at. I hope you get a couple of clicks and views with it.
For sure, because we definitely got some on our social. So,
nice meeting you.
So go to Instagram if you haven't to our feed, and you could definitely catch MH's interview of his interview right there. All right, man. So I want to wrap this up, wind this down, man. What from Summer League, right? Like we just kind of recap and touch on it. We've been there a couple years. What was missing? What is something you wish you would have seen at Summer League that wasn't there?
It's a good question, man. Can I back clean up on this one? I got to think about that one.
So
It's a hell of a
For
question.
me, I think is just I don't know. I think there's a lot going on. I think they do a really good job. Um, and I just don't know if it's enough of what else is going on or kind of any other fan fest around it, because even though we talked about a lot of the outside things, I don't think they do much around the game, and the game should be enough. I don't want to markate or demarcate like that, but um, I don't know. I can't offhand say what or finger point what's missing, but I just always like to hear other people's perspective, because especially since you enjoy it, like sometimes like when you sit back and think like, and maybe that's something we definitely add. We put that question out there to our listeners, man. Like if there's something that they miss or would like to see more of at the summer league, because I do think they do a good job. I do know one thing that I would like to see is when Bojo is not announcing, we still need Bojo to be announcing, because we need to find a backup number 2, because I know those are long days and he does the radio and everything. We need someone to keep the same energy as Bojo does announcing the game. And I think if anything else, more free stuff, man. Like, we didn't get but like one t-shirt toss. We didn't get any t-shirt toss this time, right? They got frisbees that they was almost taking people out with.
Yeah, it was taking people's lives was flashed before people's eyes with the frisbee.
So if anything, I guess just from a tchotchke, because people like those things, right, man? And they take them to get, like you got 30-year-olds pushing 9-year-olds out the way for autographs to sign the little
sit down, bro.
the little frisbees and things like that. So I just would think, all of that kind of crowd participation stuff, I think those are always ways just to kind of keep people live and engaged.
Really good points. Really good points. I don't know. It's my favorite event, but I guess I don't know what's missing. And maybe it's just because I don't, I guess, buy a program, so I don't know what's necessarily in those as well. I know they have a couple of stands, but I think the basic is like the rosters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
for one, like unless you really dialed into, what happened in the 2017 NCAA tournament, and you like, oh yeah, this random number 65 linebacker was in the Sweet 16 for my favorite college. A lot of times you probably won't just know who's who,
Right.
right? And I think that always helps if you just kind of know who's going on, besides the the flavor of the month, right? Whoever's the top rookie. So I think a little thing like that, of just kind of knowing who's who, I think that helps.
Mm-hmm.
If my PA guy can kind of get everybody's name right,
That'd be
if
nice.
maybe we get him a roster, maybe he just needs a roster with the names bolded. I think that might help as well. I don't know if every team plays in both gyms. So there's the come on, man, give me, is it the pavilion? What's the name of
Cox Pavilion.
the Cox Pavilion, and is just Thomas and Mack is
Thomas
the
Mack. Mm-hmm.
is
Is
the
the name.
other. So obviously there's a bigger arena that hosts kind of the prime games, the Lakers, teams like that. By the way, Lakers fans bother me, man. Y'all bother me. And then there's a Cox Pavilion where it's just kind of the smaller games. I think the Cox Pavilion is much smaller, so like it's literally like a blown up high school gym, right? So there's a different. You can really feel the athletic ability of the players because you're so real close proximity. You're not in like in a standard arena,
Right.
I don't know if all the teams rotated between the two, so I think that could kind of add up. If I'm just looking of the stuff on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Off the court, I would probably agree with you that there's a fair amount of like kid stuff that's going on, but
A little Papa Shot and
it probably could be a little more. I would think maybe not in the concourse. And I know it's 186 degrees outside, but there's nothing really going on. I mean, for an 8-year-old, you can only hold their attention span so long.
we saw Pops, trying to entertain, and like those long days when you're taking the kid out.
Pops held his 13-year-old up in the air during the Simba cam, like she not about to drive home. He was so dang bored. So trying to keep her entertained. So
Right.
I don't know, maybe some just things from the kids' perspective. I think that's kind of getting, we still got to keep that element alive. In all professional sports, not just the summer league, because obviously we want to engage the people that have money, because sports is a business, but we got to still keep it authentic and true to what sport is, right? And I think sometimes the kids get left in the wayside about that. So I don't know, maybe some improvements there, but like I said, man, it's honestly my favorite thing to do. I don't know how much the tickets are. We're blessed with connections on a lot of different areas, so we're able to enjoy without spending a lot of money outside of popcorn. So like I don't know what it costs, but if you go at 12 noon, you could get your little trigger strip basket there and really stay through the whole day. And as a guy that just likes watching athletics and going to gym and like I said earlier, seeing people that you respect or you grew up a fan of and seeing them live and in person, Summer League has that unique perspective. I got to tell my little brothers, man, if you're a basketball person, you just got to be here. You got to really see it. Actually, the game on the court is probably the least important thing that goes on around here, man. There's just so many connections and things just happen. And Vegas is a unique city where you can just be eating dinner or eating breakfast somewhere and you sitting next to Dwayne Casey, the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. Like it's just kind of weird like that here. And as a basketball person, if you're in that sports world, you just got to make this a trip.
Man, that is a great point, and I'm glad like we circled around to that. If you are a basketball person, right, like, or aspiring basketball person, whether you want to be a trainer, whether you want to be a photographer, coach, I mean, anything around
agent.
We had an agent couple, that came and sat and talked and said what's like a scout. Anchor, like
E-League player, Europe scout, want another shot at Europe, meet a Europe person, and high school, anything.
And the thing that's here too. So people don't understand, like we did focus on the summer league, but the two other leagues are here. So the international basketball league plays over at one of the rec centers, actually the Tarkanian Center. Mm-hmm. So like if you're a scout looking for your overseas players, they're getting run and getting those looks and opportunities as well. Yep. So if you are in sports in any fashion, in basketball particularly, you need to get out here because and get one ticket and spend the day and walk around the concourse, meet people, talk to people. Mm-hmm. And that's a great point, MH. So, so before we get out of here, man, was there anything else? Final thoughts?
No, I think we covered most of it, man. Again, it gets better and better. I guess every year, at least they feel like they add something. I think my first summer league experience was when Lonzo Ball was hyped up and he did his summer league thing and he was playing in his old rusty triple Bs and he had to take them off and put in some real shoes. No disrespect, LeVar, but the first edition of the shoe wasn't great for performance. So like I saw that and I was like, man, this is a dope experience. And I don't think I've missed. I didn't really go last year because of the pandemic, but I don't think I've missed a session since then. It's been a unique experience. And, as we talk about players being marketed and, young athletes and getting the bag early, like this is like the height of their popularity. I always remember Kevin Knox because Kevin Knox could have retired and went to the Hall of Fame based on his 2 summer league games for the Knicks. And now nobody really knows where Kevin Knox is because when the real game started, he wasn't as good. But hey, Summer League is great, man. If you haven't been, man, you got to do it. You got to experience it. And it's in Vegas. What could be better?
There it is. Absolutely. Summer League. People were outside. Very happy to be outside, boy, because the energy was there.
It's time to end the show.
And on that note, thank you so much.
I like sleeping in my bed. I don't want to sleep on the couch. We got
couch tonight, so we'll leave it.
Let's leave it right there.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this show. We drop a new show every Thursday, man. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe or follow us on social, IG, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere, man. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, and also follow us on YouTube because visual representation matters. And please remember, stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you. I know you want to say something.
I was going to say, hit that Tevin Campbell. We got to go out with my bad.
You should have told me I'd have had that, man. All right, man. We rooting for you.
All right, brother.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Look. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap and back.